Welcome to another math session here in Solve It with Sir Jude. Today we are going to discuss about the sine law, or in other references they call it as law of sines. But in this video lesson we will be discussing and studying two specific patterns. We have the AAS or the SAA pattern and the ASA patterns. So if you can see in these patterns, we are given with two angles and a side. It is either included or non-included. So in this lesson, it is important that we define first oblique triangle. So an oblique triangle is a triangle with no right angle. So it can be an acute triangle, meaning a triangle with three acute angles, or an obtuse triangle. So it is a triangle with one obtuse angle and two acute angles. So these are some illustrations showing oblique triangles. So we have here triangle ABC. So this is an acute triangle since angles A, B, and C measures more than 0 degrees but less than 90 degrees. On the other hand, we have triangle EFG. So this is an example of an obtuse triangle. Since if you can see, angle F here has a measure more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. And if you can see, angles E and G are acute angles. Oblique triangles are mainly acute triangles and obtuse triangles. So right triangles, if you can remember, in solving them, we need the trigonometric ratios and the Pythagorean theorem. On the other hand, in oblique triangles, like for example, we have the acute and obtuse triangles, it cannot be solved using the trigonometric ratios or the Pythagorean theorem, but we will be using the sine law and the cosine law. So let us first have sine law. So sine law, it is the law of sines, sine law in other book, sine formula, or sine rule. It is an equation composed of ratios relating the lengths of the sides of any triangle to the sines of its angles. So it is indicated here that any triangle. So therefore, sine law can also be used in a right triangle. So we have the formula sine of angle A over its opposite side A is equal to sine of angle B over its opposite side B is equal to sine of angle C over its opposite side C. So it can also be true, or it is also true, when the denominator and the numerators of these equations, to be specific in each ratios, are being inverted. So we have A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. So pwede rin natin yung gamitin. Let us now proceed when is this sine law can be applied. So it can be used if the given angles and sides follow the patterns. The first one, if the given angles and side follows ASA pattern, and then the other one is AAS or SAA pattern, and then the last one is SSA pattern. This SSA pattern is also known as the ambiguous case. So for this video lesson, we will be dealing with the first two patterns, ASA and AAS or SAA. So let us go over with your modules and then try to answer. Keep trying letter A, page 26, numbers 1 and 3. So let us have item number 1. So we are given with triangle ABC. So if you can see, the triangle is an acute triangle. So we have angle A that measures 75 degrees, B is 50 degrees, and then side A or segment BC measures 12.9. So remember na yung opposite niya, opposite ng given angle, yung side na yon can also be named using small letters. Kung angle A to, we have capital letter A, yung opposite side niya can be named using baby A. Okay? If the given angle is angle B, yung opposite side niya can be named as baby B. Same with angle C. Yung opposite side niya can also be named using small letter C or baby C. So in this one, we are to find measure of angle C. And then the segment AB or BA or the length of side C. And then the last one is the length of AC or side B. And if you can see, with the given angles and sides, so we have angle, angle, side, so it follows AAS or SAA pattern, so therefore we can use the sine law in order for us to get the missing sides and angle. So dun muna tayo sa pinakamadali. Solve for the measure of angle C. Since two of the three angles are given, in order for us to solve for the measure of angle C, we will be using the theorem that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle or any triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore, that will be measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is equal to 180. And if we are going to substitute, so we have 75, so that is angle A, plus 50, that is angle B, plus measure of angle C is equal to 180. So 75 plus 50, that will be 125, plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180. Using your addition property of equality or by just transposing 125 to the other side of the equation, we will now obtain measure of angle C is equal to 180 minus 125. Subtracting, we now obtain measure of angle C is equal to 55. So hence, we can say that the measure of angle C is 55 degrees. So kompleto na tayo if you can see with the angles of the triangle. So now, let us proceed in solving for the missing sides. So let us solve first that the length of segment AB or simply side C. So we will be using the sine law. So this particular formula, or you can either use yung isa pang formula wherein yung sine ng given angle yung nasa numerator and then the opposite side will be in the denominator. So in this case, let us use this formula. So let us take note that segment AB is also known as side C. So what equation are we going to use in order for us to solve for the measure of side C? So for this one, since we are given with side A and side C, so this formula, dun sa sine law, alin ba dyan yung may A at C? So this two. So therefore, i-equate lang natin sila. So we have A over sine A is equal to C over sine C. And then let us substitute the given. So A is 12.9 over sine of A, so that is 75 degrees, the measure of angle A, is equal to C, since ang hinahanap natin ay yung side AB or simply side C over sine 55 degrees, since angle C is 55 degrees. And then, so the next thing that we should do para makuha si C, we need to multiply both sides of the equation kung ano yung denominator ng missing or unknown variable. So that will just be sine 55 degrees. Kung ano yung multiply sa left side will also be multiplied to the right side. And if you can see, we can cancel sine 55 degrees. So ang matitira will be 12.9 times sine 55 degrees over sine 75 degrees is equal to C. Now, using your scientific calculator, you will now have the value approximately 10.9398 followed by ellipsis dots. Since in the question, we need to round the answer to the nearest hundreds or nearest two decimal places, so therefore we can say that the length of C or the length of AB is simply 10.94. So there, so we have 10.94 as the length of side C. So let us now proceed in solving for the length of AC. So AC is simply side B. There. So again, using our sine law formula, let us now relate. So alin dyan yung mga ratio na gagamitin natin? So again, we are given with side A and we are to find side B. So alin sa mga ratios ang merong A and B as their opposite sides? So we have this two. So let us equate. So we have A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. Then, let us now substitute the given information. So A is 12.9 over sine A, angle A is 75 degrees, is equal to B. So B pa rin siya since we are to get the value of B over sine B. So angle B here is 50 degrees. And then, same process will be used. In order for us to get the value of B, we need to multiply both sides of the equation kung ano yung given expression sa denominator ng unknown variable. So in this case, we need to multiply both sides of the equation by sine 50 degrees. So let us now cancel. And if we are going to simplify, we will now be given with 12.9 times sine 50 degrees all over sine 75 degrees is equal to B. And upon pressing or encoding in your scientific calculator, B is now approximately 10.2306 followed by ellipsis dots. Now, we are asked to find or to round the answer to the nearest hundreds or nearest two decimal places. So therefore, B is simply 10.23. So kung mapapansin natin, na-solve na natin yung unknown angle and two unknown sides. Since kumpleto na yung mga sides and angles, so we are through solving the triangle. So let us now have another example. So this is item number 3. So dun sa number 1, the given triangle is acute. So for this one, we have an obtuse triangle since one of the angles measures greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. So we are asked to find the measure of angle C. We have AB or side C. And then the last one, BC or side A. So yan yung mga kailangan nating kuhain. And if you can see, the given information, we have two angles and non-included sides. So we have the pattern AAS or SAA. So therefore, we will be using the Sine Law. Or pwede natin gamitin si Sine Law. So let us first solve for the measure of angle C. So in order for us to solve for the measure of angle C, we will be using the theorem that deals or that states that the sum of the interior angles of any triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So in this case, we will be using measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is equal to 180. Then let us substitute. So we now have 103 for measure of angle A plus 36 for measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is equal to 180. And getting the sum of 103 and 36, that will be 139 plus measure of angle C is equal to 180. Let us transpose 139 to the other side of the equation or apply the addition property of equality. And if you are going to get or simplify, we have now the measure of angle C which is equal to 41. So therefore, we can say that angle C measures 41 degrees. So we are now through getting the unknown angle. So the next thing that we should do is to get the missing sides. So let us first have segment AB or the length of AB or simply side C. So we are given with the length of side B which is 9. And we are to find the length of side C. In the Sine Law formula, what ratios are we going to use in order for us to relate the given side B and the unknown side C? So we will be using these two ratios. Equating them, we have B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. And if we are going to substitute the given information to the formula, so we now have 9 over sine 36 degrees is equal to C over sine 41 degrees. So next, let us multiply both sides of the equation doon sa denominator ng unknown variable. So in this case, we have sine 41 degrees. And if you can see, we can cancel sine 41 degrees. So hence, we can say, if we are going to simplify, we will be producing 9 times sine 41 degrees all over sine 36 degrees is equal to C. Then, upon encoding in your scientific calculator and rounding off to the nearest hundreds, C is equal to 10.05. So hence, we can say that side AB or side C has the measure 10.05. So the last one, let us solve for the length of BC or simply side A. So again, we are given with the length of side B which is 9 and we are to find the length of side A. So using the Sine Law or the formula for Sine Law, how are we going to or what formula are we going to use? What ratio will relate the given side B and the unknown side A? So we have these two ratios. Let us equate them. So we have A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. So let us substitute. So that will now be A over sine 103 degrees since A measures or angle A rather measures 103 degrees is equal to 9 over sine 36 degrees. Next, we need to multiply both sides of the equation kung ano yung denominator ng unknown variable. So in this case, we need to multiply both sides of the equation by sine 103 degrees, since sine 103 degrees is the denominator of the unknown variable a. Simplifying this one, we now have a is equal to 9 times sine 103 degrees all over sine 36 degrees. And upon encoding in your scientific calculators and rounding off the answer to the nearest hundreds, the answer must be a is equal to 14.92. There. And if you can see the logic here, kung tama yung sagot mo or close yung sagot natin, since A has the largest angle, yung opposite side niya should be the longest side. And if you can see, 14.92 is the largest among the sides. Okay? So that will be the end of our discussion about the sine law, or in other references, they call it as the law of sines, to be specific, dealing with the patterns AAS or SAA and ASA pattern. So for ASA pattern, parehas din ng inyong gagamiting steps. Katulad nung sa pag-solve natin kanina. You need to solve first for the unknown angle and then proceed with the unknown sides using the sine law. So if you've learned something for today, do not forget to like this video, share this video to others for us to help them. And if you are new to our channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell for more video lessons. So this is Sir Jude. Good day!